Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Shri Shri Phalad Lakshmi Singhadev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Nice that we have some guests. Somebody's coming for class. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, welcome for our every Saturday we're reading from the Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Normally we read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, but on Saturdays we read from the Caitanya-caritāmṛta. It's a book, a scripture composed by an author called Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and so this book is basically all about the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is kind of the fountainhead of not only our Sampradaya, but actually he is even more. We may discover this in the process. And who doesn't understand English? Wer versteht kein Englisch? Okay, very good. So we reading today from the Madhya-līlā. It's the middle section of the book. What basically it's, you can say it's kind of a philosophically biography of the life and teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a personality who appeared about 500 years ago in a village or town called Nadia or Navadvip in Bengal, and all the Bhakti acharyas, the acharyas who study, Hare Krishna. Now trouble comes. Not a trouble comes, but here solution comes. So all the great acharyas who were teachers of the bhakti cult, as sometimes we are called, we are the bhakti cult. Bhakti means what? What do you think? What do you mean? What means bhakti? Bhakti. Huh? Devotion, yeah. In the scriptures of devotion, because the teachings in the Vedas teaching us so many things, but all this knowledge has nothing, had no substance if there's not devotion, right? So, therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the one who interacts with me with devotion, to whom I reveal everything, what is necessary, how he can come to me. So, and the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is basically the essence of all the Vedic scriptures through the lens of devotion, and therefore focusing it, like when you have a lens, now is sun outside, Charu, when you have a lupe, a lens, you can bundle the light, and we all know what we can do with bundled light, right? Charu what? Fire, yeah. We can burn things, right? So, and we can burn our intense attachment of our senses to the sense objects in the material world with the fire of devotion. So the middle section of this book basically deals with the interaction when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu acted as a householder in this world. And it goes to basically to the point that he took sannyas, and he traveled around through India, mainly also south to the southern part of India. And in this way he propagated the chanting of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is what actually we are composed of. We are the Hare Krishna movement. And this, it's actually, there is not a better name for this what we are. Although it sounds a little bit strange, because we're not a religion, we're not a sect, we are the Hare Krishna movement. We move everybody toward Hare and Krishna. Right? And this is our main business, what we're doing. Therefore, we're having this temple. Therefore, we're going out on Harinam. So this is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he was doing when he in his life traveled through all India. He kind of enhanced everybody, whole villages, whole towns, to chant Hare Krishna. And from this, so many different branches came out of this movement. And we are one of them. We are part of it. In fact, ISKCON, as we are a branch of ISKCON. I know ISKCON India looks much more different than ISKCON Germany or Europe. But by the teachings of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, translated into English by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and carried all around the world, the Sankirtan movement is now all around the world. So the Hare Krishna movement is all around the world. And we can now move the whole world toward Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna movement. So that's actually, when we look at it historically, we're not able yet to grasp what really is happening with us. We're not really aware what kind of movement we are in. So, but we're gonna read now from Madhya-līlā, chapter 20, verse 385. As you can see, this is a long chapter already. Was? All right. It's hard to read. Do we not have better microphones? I mean, so it's good. Thank you. Without devotees, I'm lost. Rāmānanda and microphone doesn't really go together. 385. Okay. Okay, here we go. Nitya-līlā Krishnera sarva shaktrikaya. Nitya-līlā Krishnera sarva shastrakaya. Muchi hite nagpare lila kemane nityahaya. Muchi dena pare lila kemane nityahaya. Nitya-līlā Krishnera sarva shastrakaya. Muchi dena pale lila kemane nityahaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, we come to some verses till we have a purport of His divine grace. These verses are a little bit technical, like the whole chapter, but we have to go through it, and then afterwards we will get something out of it. Okay, translation. By His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Descriptions of Krishna's eternal pastimes are in all the revealed scriptures, but one cannot understand how they are continuing eternally. So this is here Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a conversation with Sanatana Goswami. He instructs Sanatana Goswami. Now we continue, text 386. Trishtanta diya kahi tabe loka yati jan Krishna lila nitya jyotishkare Praman. Let me give an example by which people may understand Lord Krishna's eternal pastimes. An example can be found in the zodiac. Now we go into Jyotish. Jyotishkare surya yena pira ratidine sapta tvipat buddhi langi pire krame krame. The sun moves across the zodiac day and night and across the oceans between the 7 islands, one after the other. Radidina haya shastri danda parimane tina sahasrajaya shattapala taramana. According to Vedic astronomical calculations, the rotation of the sun consists of 60 dandas, and it is divided into 3,600 palas. Somebody has some idea about Jyotish? Indians, you know what? Okay, we just continue. It will come out later on in the. It will explain itself. Suyadaya haite shastri pala kramadaya. Sai eka danda ashta dande praharahaya. The sun rises in steps consisting of 60 palas. 60 palas equal 1 danda, and 8 dandas comprise 1 praha. So we basically see the movements of the sun, how it is basically, you can see it on the heavens, and the heavens are, or this movement on the sun are divided into different dandas and phalas, right? Ekadui dinachari parama astahai jari para ratirigela puna suryadaya. Okay, the sun rises in steps consisting of, the day and night are divided into 8 vrahas, 4 belonging to the day and 4 belonging to the night. After 8 praharas, the sun rises again. Aicha Krishnera lila mandala chudala manvantare Brahmananda Mandala Vyapi Krame Krame Bira. Just as there is an orbit of the sun, there is an orbit of Krishna's pastimes, which are manifested one after another. During the lifetime of 14 Manus, this orbit expands through all the universes, and gradually it returns. Thus Krishna moves with his pastimes through all the universes, one after another. Sayuyashcha Vatsara Krishnera Prakada Prakasha Tata Taha Yaiche Vracha Punye Karila Vilasa. Krishna remains within a universe for 125 years, and he enjoys his pastimes both in Vrindavan and Dwarka. Alata Chakrapaya Se Lila Chakra Pire Saba Lila Saba Pramananda Krame Udaya Kare. Next time I use my tablet again. The cycle of his pastimes turns like a wheel of fire. Thus, Krishna exhibits his pastimes one after another in every universe. Janmabalya, Bauganda, Kaishorya, Prakash, Putana, Vadadi, Kari, Moshalanta, Vilas. Krishna's pastimes, appearance, childhood, boyhood, and youth are all manifested beginning with the killing of Putana and extending to the day and the Madhya-līlā, the annihilation of the Yadu dynasty. All of these pastimes are rotating in every universe. Ciao, kannst du mir von hinten vom Butchari-Raum ein Tablett holen? Okay. Kona Pramananda Kona Lilara Haya Avastahana Tade Lila Nitya Kaha Agama Purana. Since all Krishna's pastimes are taking place continuously at every moment, some pastime is existing in one universe or another. Consequently, these pastimes are called eternal by the Vedas and Puranas. Thank you. Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Okay. Avadeva Goloka Stane Nitya Vihara Brahmananda Gane Krame Praktaya Tahara. Okay. Goloka Gokula Dama Vipu Krishna Sama Krishna Chaya Brahmanande Gane Tahara Sankama. Okay, two together. The spiritual abode known as Goloka, which is the pasturing land for Surabhi cows, is as powerful and opulent as Krishna. By the will of Krishna, the original Goloka and Gokula Dham are manifested with him in all the universes. The eternal pastimes of Krishna are continuously taking place in the original Goloka Vrindavan planet. These same pastimes are gradually manifested within the material world in each and every Pramananda. Okay, we have a purport here by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. And he says that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, elucidates this complicated explanation of Krishna's pastimes. Krishna's pastimes are always present in the material world. in one of the many universes. These pastimes appear in the universes of one after the other, just as sun moves across the sky and measures time. Krishna's appearance may be manifested in the universe at one moment, and immediately after his birth, this pastime is manifested in the next universe. After his killing of Putana is manifested in this universe, it is next manifested in another universe. Thus, all the pastimes of Krishna are eternally existing, both in the original Goloka Vrindavan planet and in the material universe. The 125 years calculated in our solar system to be Krishna's lifetime equal one moment for Krishna. One moment these pastimes are manifested in one universe, and the next moment they are manifested in the next universe. They are unlimited universes, and Krishna's pastimes are manifested one moment after the other in all of them. This rotation is explained through the example of the sun moving across the sky. Krishna appears and disappears in innumerable universes, just as the sun appears and disappears during the day. Although the sun appears to rise and set, it is continuously shining somewhere on the earth. Similarly, although Krishna's pastimes seem to appear and disappear, they are continuously existing in one Brahmananda universe or another. Thus, all of Krishna's Leelas are present simultaneously throughout the innumerable universe. By our limited senses, we cannot appreciate this. Therefore, Krishna's eternal pastimes are very difficult for us to understand. One should try to understand how they are taking place by understanding the example of the sun. Although the Lord is appearing constantly in the material universe, his pastimes are eternally present in the original Goloka Vrindavan. Therefore, these pastimes are called Madhya-līlā, eternally present pastimes. Because we cannot see what is going on in other universes, it is a little difficult for us to understand how Krishna is eternally manifesting his pastimes. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and this time calculation is also taking place in another universe. Krishna's pastimes are manifested before 14 Manus expire. Although it is a little difficult to understand the eternal pastimes of Krishna in this way, we must accept the verdict of the Vedic literatures. There are two types of devotees: the sadhaka, who is preparing for perfection, and the siddha, who is already perfect. As far as those who are already perfect are concerned, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sorchuna. After giving up this material body, such a devotee comes to me. After leaving the material body, the perfect devotee takes birth from the womb of a gopi on a planet where Krishna's pastimes are going on. This may be in this universe or another universe. This statement is found in the Ujjvala Nilamani, which is commented upon by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. When a devotee becomes perfect, he is transferred to a universe where Krishna's pastimes are taking place. Krishna's eternal associates go wherever Krishna manifests his pastimes. As stated before, first the father and mother of Krishna appear, then the other associates. Quitting his material body, the perfect devotee also goes to associate with Krishna in his other associates. Om Agnanati Mandasya Knananchana Shalakya Chakshurmidam Yena Tasmai Shikirve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakaramayam Dadati Svaparandikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we're praying to Guru and Sadhu like you that we may say something on this a little bit appearing difficult topic. But when we look closer, it's actually not so difficult. Because when we see how we measure time, how do we measure time? I thought somebody says by watches. Yeah, by the movement of the sun, right? So we can measure time. But this is a time measurement only for what? Huh? Day of the moon and night, yeah, but that's time. But what do we measure? By the movements of the sun. Time in connection with what? Huh? Yeah, day and light, yeah, all makes sense, but in connection with what? What do we measure actually? What? Huh? No, what do we measure by measuring time in general? What do we measure? Of what? Huh? Of what? What do we measure time? What we need this time measurement? Think. What is the minimum measurement of time? All you Indian scientists, come on. It's the appearance and disappearance of one atom. Is it silicium? What is it? This atom? Huh? Yeah. So it's the birth and death of one atom. More or less. So what do we measure? We measure the span of birth and death of the material universe. We only measure matter. We only measure matter. And there's a beginning and there's an end. So when we look at the appearance of the sun and the setting of the sun, it's one day. One day passed from the birth of the universe to the, how to say it, dissolution of the, annihilation of the universe. Annihilation of the universe. So birth and death of the universe. Right? When we measure a body, we measure from the time he is born, and then we counting days. You know, when a baby is newborn, we only counting, first of all, we counting days. Right? And then we counting months. Oh, he's already 6 months. Right? Tomorrow we have a crane giving ceremony. We do this usually by 6 months. Right? So, 6 months. And then we measure by years. And then we measure by seasons. We measure, oh, he's in his youth. Because years sounds already too terrible. He's in his best age. This man is his best age. What does it mean? Could be 30 to 60. But when you say 60, it sounds already a little bit, oh, he's going downwards, right? He's in his best age, right? So we measure at the time from birth to death. But this is only a measurement of matter. And what matters to us is where we situate ourselves in our consciousness. So if we situate ourselves in matter, we will die with that matter. But if we situate our consciousness in the eternal, we will be eternal. Simple as that. But of course, it's not so easy because our senses are so connected to dying matter. Therefore, we always frustrated when matter is dying in front of us. It's slipping basically like sand through our hands. We try to catch sand and it just runs through our fingers, or water. So we can't catch time. Not possible. It just runs through. And we getting frustrated. I looked in the mirror just one day ago. I was a young boy. I was like Charu. Then I was a beautiful youth. Now I'm going to be an elderly gentleman, to put it, nice. And in some days, I will be an old man. In fact, this body will be gone. I will be not there anymore. Right? But training ourselves to have a spiritual understanding, we train ourselves to have an eternal understanding. And when we measure eternity, how do we measure eternity? Anybody has an idea to measure eternity? Hendrik? Really? So then you measure eternity by the amount of peace you are. What is the amount of peace? How many ounces of peace or how many kilos of peace I got today? Disturbance of mind? Well, yeah, but how I can measure disturbance of time? Yeah, but somebody feel more disturbed, somebody less disturbed. Somebody is disturbed as the sun is shining, somebody is very happy when the sun is shining. I mean, the measurement of eternal time is only possible if we use eternal scales. And therefore we get here this understanding that we can measure eternity by the pastimes of Krishna, where we see where the pastimes is displaying. Because these pastimes, they are they leaking into matter by Krishna coming to matter, Krishna appearing into matter. That means he comes and by his pastimes installs different functions in the universe. Now you have maybe all of you doing IT? No? Okay, somebody doesn't do IT from the guests. Whoa, what do you do? What do? What? Automation sector. Okay, but you're very close to IT, right? Not too much, okay. But many people of us, they know how a cell phone works or how a tablet works or something like that. So this is a very common example because we can always see it. We have a hardware. For the hardware, we need a software, right? And that both together in combination with energy. This energy is like the soul. We have a hardware. And we have something in the hardware. That's the software. That's our mind. But not only our mind, all applications we download from the world. So we're downloading programs. How we have to behave, how to behave in front of elders, how to behave in front of our boss, how to behave in front of seniors, how to behave in front of juniors, how to behave if I go to an office, how to, all the things are programmed in our mind. And we call this school, the life school, right? And these programs, they run immediately. We come to a senior, immediately, zzz, this program is running, right? And so some programs are in the cloud. You have the programs, you have some apps, but they're still in the cloud. So you have to download then that they're activated. So now Krishna, he comes, although these pastimes already there. They're existing there in eternity. But then he comes to a particular universe, and with him he downloads and installs this particular software. Meaning, for each and every yuga, for example, there is a process how to make yourself out of matter, how the eternal spirit, what we are, how we can get out of matter, how we can make spiritual advancement. Right? We have in the common example is in Satya Yuga, what is kind of the birth age, the very young age of the universe, right? The child age. Children are very, in one sense, innocent, but they're full of energy. Everything is completely manifested in them. They're just waiting to use it, right? And Satya Yuga is such kind of an age. And there you just could meditate. The people or souls who took birth in Satya Yuga, first of all, they lived very long. To our calculation, they lived very long. And they just could absorb themselves in meditation. And they were so good, they could transfer like a video, a mind image of them, just by telepathy. They could, nowadays we use WhatsApp and this, and we need all these cross bodies. In this time, they could just transfer it, right? And another, what comes next? I was mixed at Dwapara Yuga. Sometimes it mixes in this. Treta, okay. So Treta Yuga, you had what process? Yajna. They made big fire sacrifices. What's the point of this, pouring ghee into the fire? This is the way how installation was done. And we have later on, we have also Mangal Homa here, where we do a fire sacrifice. So it's a very ancient process to bring spirit into matter, to use matter by connecting it with spirit. We're using Agni, we use fire, and by process of mantra and offerings, sattvic offerings, we bring matter and spirit together, and therefore we bring spirit into the matter. Now using matter, like ghee, with spirit, then it becomes spiritual again. Anyway, so then we had in Dwapara Yuga, we had deity worship. And with all these processes, one incarnation appeared of Krishna to bring this process, to install it. Now, we come back to the Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. In Kali Yuga, what is kind of the old age of the universe? The old age of the universe, meaning the things are still there, but not so potent anymore. There's eyesight, but guess what? Not so good anymore. Right? Especially when I love this. This is my favorite book. It's the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, and I love this book. First of all, because I got it from a very lovely person. He gave me this as a present. So therefore, I like to read out of this book, because it's all combined. The whole Caitanya-caritāmṛta. What is already how many books? For how many volumes? 12, 10, 12, something. As many books. Compiled in this one book. The signs, the letters are very small. So even then, even with classes, it's not so easy for me to read. So you see how old age is not as perfect anymore. When we were singing in the kirtan, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Sundarananda, he jumped in front of me like a little frog. Now how old is his body? 20 something? 28, and I thought, yeah, man, he was kind of challenging. Yeah, come on, jump. I thought, let's see how high you jump with 51, right? So, so it's not working anymore. Therefore, I'm saying, and this I take from my Guru Dev, he said this, jump and dance as long in the kirtan as you are able to. Yes. No? Exactly, Charu. So, So Kali Yuga, nothing really function. And although we do deity worship here, and we try to do the best of our capacity, it's not as potent as it was in other yugas. Although later on we do a fire sacrifice here, or when you hear in the evening we do sing a Mahahoma on the altar directly here. But these brahmanas who do the sacrifices, they're not so potent anymore. They don't have the purity to chant the mantras as pure that they really had an effect. Right? Therefore, the only weapon the priest has is his devotion. Because with devotion, Krishna oversees everything. Right? If the wife cooks something, but it's a little bit too salty, the husband, yeah, no, it tastes fine, it's fine, right? Right? No, it's perfect. Because he knows she cooked with devotion. So therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in this Kali Yuga to install a very simple process. And this is just by the chanting of that holy name. What we do all together all the time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This process is so special because, you need ghee and fire to connect matter with spirit. But if you use that mantra, because it comes directly from the spiritual world, it comes directly from Goloka Vrindavan, it's immediately potent, and it immediately transfers every matter what comes in contact with that holy name. How is that? What is the spiritual world made out of? Hendrik, okay, Hendrik, what do you? Out of spiritual soul. Well, they are inhabitant in the spiritual world, but what is it? What is the source of the spiritual world? Eternal potency, okay. Krishna, yes, but that's not all. Yes, okay, Radharani, but what Radharani, what she stands for? Huh? Devotion? Service. Huh? No. Baladev, he teaches you how to use it. But Radharani, she sets the method. Baladev, he brings all the ingredients in. Like Midangas, like he puts it all in place. He is the one who holds the universes on his head. He is the one who provides the asana. But what to do with it, that's the mood of Radharani. So there's mainly, it's good that you say it. There are 3 words in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare is the most prominent, or? How many times you have Hare? 8 times. So she is there all the time. And then you have Krishna, who is actually the source of everything. And then you have Rama, what is Balaram. So you could say everything what's going on in the spiritual world, mainly Krishna and Hare or Radharani, they are always in interaction. And when we bring this mantra, when we use this mantra, we just bring the spiritual world into the material world, and everything what comes in contact with that mantra gets spiritualized. You go on Harinam today, right? Now, remember that. You carry a very, very potent potency. You carry the spiritual world in that mantra. And this makes it so special. And the more you're conscious about Charu, the more you're conscious about it, the more potent you can give it to the people. The more we really think Krishna when we say Krishna, the more Krishna is there. The more we say Hare, then the more Radharani is there. The more we are conscious that now we're bringing Radha and Krishna in the shopping mall of Nuremberg, in the ears of the people, they're getting transferred, they're getting in contact with Krishna, they're getting in contact with the spiritual world, and this makes such a difference in their life. It's a huge movement where we are in. We don't know it because it's only 500 years back. But that's the Yuga Dharma. That's the process of this age. To just use that mantra. So this mantra was there in eternity. It's in the Vedic scriptures. It comes there in different Puranas, in different sections. This mantra is laid out. But it was not potent. The Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came himself and made it potent, downloaded it, installed it. It's like you have a virus on your laptop, on your tablet. And it's like if you say, oh my goodness, the laptop is not working anymore, and Bill Gates himself comes and fixes the problem by vaccinating your tablet. It's like that. Then it functions again, right? So that's the thing. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the one who is Krishna himself, Radha and Krishna, he is the one who comes himself and fixes the problem of Kali Yuga. And this is our process, nothing else. And everybody who comes in contact with us, sorry to say, comes in contact with the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And we will move you toward Radha and Krishna. Because that's the only solution in this day and age. You can come with so many deities, you can come with so many demigods, but they're only, department heads. They're only the heads of one department. And you may work under this department head because you think, okay, that's the one who I'm supposed to serve. You call him Ganesh, you call him, who else? Whom you serve, huh? Shiva, yes. Right? And they're all there, they all have their valued, they all fulfill the function. Right? Even Shiva is just another transformation of Krishna. Shiva and Parvati is like the matter transformation of Radha and Krishna. So they all they're all needed. But in the end, if you want to have more money, to whom do you go to ask for? You want to have more money, Mataji? You working? To whom you go? To your husband. To whom you go? You go to your boss, right? So I would like to have some more money, right? And he may say yes or no. But does he really have the power to say it? He may say it, but he don't have the power, because what he has to do. Huh?
He needs to think whether you worth to get more money or not.
Okay, he's convinced of that. He's convinced you should get more money, but then can he give more money?
No, it's not his company.
Huh?
He's also an employee.
Yes, he has to go to his boss and he has to scratch the floor and has to say, well, actually, we have this nice employee, this nice Mataji. She does a very nice job. I think we should give her more money. So he's begging on your behalf for more money, right? And he also, what this boss of the boss, what he has to do, the boss of the boss. He has to go to the boss, right? And the boss has to go to the boss, right? So, but if you would be in the friend circle of the original boss, of the Adi boss, the first original boss of the company, if you go for dinner to his home, in and out, then you just would go to him and would say, I need some more money, right? And he would say, oh, of course, I arrange everything. I tell all the boss, till it comes down to you. Now, of course, this is a material example. We should not go to Krishna and just ask for simple money. It's like this old lady who carried a bundle on the back, right? And then it was so heavy she could not carry it anymore, and it fall down. And then Krishna appeared in front of her and said, how can I help you? And she said, oh, can you put this bundle back on my back? Okay, I can do. So he put the bundle back on her back, and she has to walk. So we should ask Krishna, can you get rid of this bundle on my back? Can I get out of this material things what keeps me so entrapped in dying matter? I have to take care of all of this. I have to hold it up all. I have to keep it up that it doesn't die. It cannot die. My world cannot die. I can't die. Therefore, I have to do so many exercises and so many things and be healthy and be this. I have to take care. I have to worry about so many things. My family, my status, my car standing outside on the street. Oh my goodness, in the city there's some drunk kids walking there. Hopefully they don't damage my car. So much worry about everything. Such a bundle. So should I not try to get rid out of this material, at least consciousness, that I can understand, okay, it's all in Krishna's hands. At least that. And I'm in Krishna's hand. And the more I give myself into Krishna's hands, the more I can be free of fear, of dying matter. So therefore, our only teaching, the only thing what we really, really can give is one thing. Who knows what it is? Huh?
The knowledge sharing that you have, like.
Well, we can share so much knowledge, but I share, I give myself here a hard time to try to share this knowledge. I'm sure you go out and you forget it.
I mean, you just need to be devoted. If
I tell you, any smokers amongst us? Indians don't smoke so much. You could. Indians don't smoke. Gambira? No. Okay, we all know it's written on the package.
It's injurious to health.
Smoking is killing.
Yeah.
And then they put some graphic pictures of a half rotten lung or something like that.
Okay.
So the knowledge is there. Knowledge is there, but still some people go to this package, they look at this rotten lung and think, yummy, and they buy it, they open it and so good. I need it. I'm free. Look at this Hare Krishna. Look at Hare Krishna, they're not allowed to smoke. Look how stupid they are. They don't allow themselves to smoke. No, we are free not to smoke. Right? So the knowledge is there. But what is a sign of change? Stop smoking. Right? So the more I share knowledge, this will stick not with you. Unless you make sure that it sticks with you. Meaning, take a book from over there, read it, and apply it. But the only thing what we can give to you, what will stick for sure, is one thing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Huh? This will stick. This will stick. Especially, it's so everybody can. Oh, this is the Hare Krishna. What? How is it? How they put the name? Hare Krishna, and then they repeat it again, and then there's with what is start? 2 times. Is it 2 times Hare? No, 2 times Krishna, I think. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And then they change it. What name do they use? They use the other name, Rama, like this margarine. You saw in Germany you have this margarine, Rama, right? So this margarine. When we did Harinam in Vienna on the street, all the street people, all the punks said, Haare in the Rama, Haare in the Rama. Means hairs in this bottle. Yeah, but they were chanting. So they made progress. And they liked us somehow. So that's the only thing what we really can give to the world. Therefore we are the Hare Krishna movement. And that's our only concern, that you go out here and stick somehow or other to the mantra. And whenever you have free time, you ever feel there's a need for, when you feel afraid, when you feel whatever, just chant Hare Krishna. If you feel happy, just chant Hare Krishna. And the more you do it, the more you get Christianized. Prabhupada gives this example like fine-tuning to a radio station. Now, somebody of you still, what is a radio? My father, I grew up with radios. My father, in fact, he always had a radio. When he did some work, the first thing what he installed was the radio. Right? Kofferradio. With battery, he put his radio there, he turned it on, and then he fine-tuned to a radio station with hot music. Bill Haley or something like that. Right? And, it doesn't, sometimes it comes and goes, the signal, right? And we visit our Opa yesterday, Charu. What was playing in Opa beside him? Still his radio, right? He still has his radio. Not so hot music anymore, because he needs music, he can move to it, and nowadays he cannot move, so But so that's the thing. And the more our consciousness is trapped into matter, means our signal, our radio signal, what is connecting us with Krishna, is moving away. So what we have to do is we have to fine-tune again. And it's to this point where this is where we're working on. We as active devotees, we're working on to become that our mind and the mantra becomes one. Mantra is this what frees the mind. But mantra is also what engages the mind. So we want that we using, or that the mantra is just appearing constantly in our mind. When there's any worry, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. If there's any joy, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And it sounds sentimental, but this is actually because then we immediately always in contact with the spiritual world. We go in a relationship with that mantra. It's like we marrying, when we're getting initiated in this mantra, we marrying this mantra. Now, all relationships are somehow or other in a process. You never come to your wife and every day is the same. Some have a relationship is only on a very narrow basis. They can talk, even very sophisticated, about art and politics. And it sounds very sophisticated, but there's no depth. But what devotees doing, especially in relationships, even amongst brahmacharis, it's always about how is your relationship with Krishna? How is our relationship? What deepens our relationship? It always goes around that topic. We always want to go deep and deep and deep. And sometimes you come to points, you see, you can't, in this moment, it's not possible. You're stuck on a rock, you need another tool or whatever, but you keep on digging, you keep on trying. So you keep on trying, even if it becomes difficult. And so in this way, we're getting more and more purified. We're more and more getting ourselves digging into this relationship. And relationships, they are different. It's not, it's not every day, it's a sunny day. So it's not every japa, what we chant, our 16 rounds, not always it's a beautiful, wonderful japa, but you just do it because of the relationship. Sometimes you come to your husband or your wife and you don't feel the same attraction like you felt in the beginning. but you know it's still there, and it needs just a little endeavor, one flower, to reactivate this relationship. Now all the men, they're smiling, and all the women, they're looking on the man. Where's my flower? Huh? And the same thing with the Maha Mantra. It's not that each time we take our bead bag in our hand and immediately we are absorbed and there and in the spiritual world. No. But we know we're on the right path. And we just do it because of the relationship. So this is our process. And we invite everybody, if you want to make a contribution to your life, if you want to make that this life makes more sense to you, and if you want to get a sense out of this life, and then into this life, just use this mantra. And if you're interested in the expansion of this mantra, please take a book. If you like to read, take more than one book. Take the Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? And whatever you read, try to apply it. That's our contributions, because we don't do IT in that sense. We do AT, like eternal technology. We're using spiritual technology. We are experts in this. Actually, you Indians. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, Indians are the one who bring, every Indian should go out and should give this knowledge of the Vedas. This Maha Mantra should come from you Indians. That was the plan. But it didn't work, because the Indians, they were all looking, wow, what they're doing there over there? America, very good. We go America, we go Europe, with all our IT. Yeah, you have brains. You're very good in this. But you should use our brains, or your very analytical brains, you should use for spiritual technology and teach this to the world. Anyway, we have now this, and now it's upside around. Therefore, Prabhupada, his spiritual master, told Prabhupada, you use this knowledge, translate it into English, and preach it in English. Because then Indians suddenly, oh, what is this? And then Prabhupada, very smart, as an old man, he moved to America. He moved in the most, everybody's looking, New York, right? Everybody knows New York. That's where the place to be. New York is the place to be, right? So Prabhupada moved to New York from Vrindavan. How in the world you should do that? Why an old man from Vrindavan as sadhu? Go to India, go to any holy place, go to Haridwar, somewhere. Tell a sadhu, better go off to New York. See? Are you crazy? It's against our scripture. And it's true. But Prabhupada said, I don't care. Whatever my spiritual master told me, preach it in English. I go against the scripture, but I establish the Yuga Dharma. So he went to New York. They're hippies. He wanted actually to preach to people, to high-class philosophical and scientists people. But he preached, the only people who were interested were these hippies. We need some meaning of life. The drugs doesn't work anymore. We need some deeper meaning. Anyway, we can go on with the story. I don't want to steal your time. But then, when Prabhupada came back with his white elephants, they called it white elephants, all the Indians became attracted. Right now in India, ISKCON is a big thing, and it's glorious. We just have to be careful that it becomes not another institution. That's the danger. But that's up to us, how we fill it, how we use this holy name. Do we just use this teaching to make another stiff institution? No, Prabhu, this way. No, put your clothes in this way. No, this way. Now you should have this or that. Or if we really fill it with life, meaning bring it, apply it in our life as much as we can. Doesn't mean we have to change anything. We just add, like a pinch of salt, this Maha Mantra. And then your life is perfect. Believe me, not really. Try it out. If you want to see if the honey is sweet, You have to open the jar and lick on it, right? So try it out. Use this mantra. Okay, ciao. 1 second. I'm sorry that I took. It's 9 o'clock, almost. It's a little bit overtime. I'm sorry that I wasted your time. I ask you for blessings. Please help me that I can apply these teachings in my own life and that I make progress. I need your blessings, because without your blessings I can't do anything. So please help me that I can be a worthy member of your community. Hare Krishna. And engage me in service. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Joe, any questions? No? Okay. Okay. So go down. There's very nice khichdi cooked again by our Nandi Mukhi. Hot khichdi will fill your stomach with new energy and life. Hare Krishna. Is there a question?
Just a very short question. Can I read the Caitanya-caritāmṛta here somewhere to look into it? Because there's no...
Sure, it's just, I mean, ask Subal, he knows all the hiding places of the Caitanya-caritāmṛta. But if you, I don't know, if you use technology, you have, I mean, there are many apps on something where you can, anyway, you have access to it for sure. But the book version, as long as you can, is of course the best option.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice.
Thank you.